Namaste yogis, welcome back to Yoga Hideout. Okay, today we're going to talk a little bit about baby crow or baby Bakasana. So it is essentially the lower flying crow of your regular Bakasana. Okay, so I've got Wendy here with us and we'll explore the pose together. So we're going to start in Malasana. So let's come on to our yogi squat. So we can take a moment here. Just get comfortable here. You can maybe have your forearms on your thighs. You can move the body side to side. Just to get that feeling of being in your deep hip external rotation. Okay, but of course, any sort of warm-up that you would require for your upper body as well as your lower body, feel free to do that first before attempting this position, right? So from here, we'll come back into your Malasana. Now, the thing about baby crow is that the elbows are on the mat. So instead of palms on the mat, which is your regular Bakasana crow pose, baby Bakasana will require the forearms and the elbows to be down onto the mat. So we can hang out here for a moment. It's okay for the heels to lift, but we're having that feeling of the deep flexion in the hips and the rounding through the upper back. Okay, you can soften here. Now we'll be here for maybe about 3 breaths and then we'll explore directly into the posture itself. Okay, so breathing in and out through the nose. Of course, feel free to move as always. Find a bit of dynamic stretch rather than a static one. We'll take just one more breath exactly where we are. Okay, now returning to center, keep the elbows down. Now a few key things that would be of consideration when we're moving into this posture. The distance between the elbows is really completely up to you. So some of us prefer elbows to be a little closer together. Okay, some people like this, some people a little more like a tripod. So the elbows can splay open, but the palms could be inward to each other. So whichever helps to create a bigger shelf for your knees is key. All right, so I'm gonna bring my hands down. For me, the position is a little bit like a tripod, but not too wide. And the key thing is your palms are spread, gripping the mat with your knuckles and your fingertips like you would in any position with the palms down. This time with the elbows down as well. So elbows down, palms down. Every part of your forearms, your elbows, your fingers, your knuckles, and your wrists are gripping the mat strongly. Now from here, you're gonna lift your heels so the butt comes up to the ceiling. And start to bring the knees to the back of the armpits. So the key thing is the knees are pressing as high up as possible into the armpits. The higher you're able to get the knees, the higher likelihood of keeping the posture a little more lifted. Okay, so we want to try and keep the butt up, knees connect behind the armpits. Okay, then we might practice just shifting forwards and backwards with the weight. All the while, your shoulders, your elbows, your palms, your lats muscles, your side body muscles are kicking in to ensure that the body is, your upper body is constantly activated to keep the posture. Okay, so we can just give that a try. Don't worry about lifting the feet here. But if possible, the knee goes into the tricep. So think of the knee directly landing where the armpit is instead of hooking to the outside, just for this posture. For Bakasana, usually we have the option to have the knee to the outside. Nice, so take your time. The knee presses directly into the armpit. Press down into the elbows as you do so. Nice, so take the butt up a little higher. Nice. So as you shift forwards and backwards, don't worry about lifting the feet or not, but you are feeling the weight shift and you're feeling hopefully the shoulders catching the weight in place. That's the key thing about this drill. So I want you to press, palms press down like you would in your down dog. Nice, lift up. So just a couple rounds here just to get the understanding of the weight shift and how much the upper body kicks in to support the lower body. Okay, so once we're there, we're here, gripping down, lifting up. You might need to walk in so that you can connect. You might lift one foot, return down. You might try the other foot, return down. Then as you lift up, you might shift to lift both feet. Couple breaths, and then release. So the key thing is the forehead wants to come down towards the mat because of the heaviness, but you're going to try your best to push back with the shoulders. So that's where the upper body strength and the core strength would kick in. Nice. One foot to your butt. Just think one foot. Yes. And then release. So the feet are also active. You're pointing the toes towards your butt. The whole body is integrating as one whole piece to support in this posture. Shift forward. Nice. Yes, you're almost there already. Yes. So just a slight lift. Even if the chin is maybe just one inch off the mat, it's okay. As long as you're not touching and not resting the chin down onto the mat. Do rest in between as well. This is pretty heavy into the shoulders and the upper body. And of course into the hips as well. Yay! You got it! So now that you've found the lift from the lower body, you understand that the toes need to point to your butt. Now you want to press back with the shoulders. So as much as the chin and the forehead wants to come down, you're resisting gravity here with the strength of your upper body. And you give that one more try, and then you will wrap it from here. Nice. So step by step, elbows press down, upper body solid. Lift the heels, bring the knees to the triceps. Yes. Point the toes. Yes, toes together. Yes, you got it. The knees higher up the tricep would keep it from sliding down. Okay, take rest. Child's pose. Come down to rest. So a lot of these postures require warm up in the core, shoulders, as well as the lats. So postures like your forearm plank. Okay, of course we don't include it in this tutorial. But if you feel like there's not enough warm up in the body yet before attempting this pose, these are some of the postures that you can do. Forearm plank. Of course, dolphin pose as well as you hike the hips up. Okay, knees can stay bent. So these are your prep. In dolphin and in forearm plank, you're pressing down strongly into the elbows, so much that you start to feel the activation, not just in the shoulders, but in the sides of the body as well. Okay, once you've rested, begin to rise up. Take a seat. And then just take a moment here. You can roll the shoulders up and back a few times, just to allow it to soften into rest. And then gently bring your hands to your heart in prayer. Breathe here. Big inhale, big exhale. And start to open your eyes. We reach the hands up. Inhale. If it's comfortable, a little arch in your back just to counter all the rounding. Exhale, take the hands to your hearts. Okay, thank you very much. Any questions? Feel free to ask us anytime. Namaste, everyone.